Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories that we have coming up for you tonight. Chelan County Community Development has entered a 5-year contract with the Real Estate Data and Technology Agency to staff a 24-hour hotline for short-term rental violations. Chelan County Commissioners today voted to approve changes to the urban growth area around Leavenworth 1 year after officially rejecting them. Big weather changes are on the way. I'll have all the details coming up in your local forecast. The Wenatchee School Board heard a budget update and the written analysis of the potential closure of Columbia Elementary School at last night's budget workshop. The written analysis included information on the plan for student reassignment, boundary changes, and a staff analysis. The workshop offered opportunities for the board to ask questions for the district staff, and both board member Maria Iniguez and board president Julie Norton asked for more detailed explanations about why other options were not the best choices.
You said you've exhausted these sort of options, but there's not been anything presented really in a form of option A is we do these things and save this, option B is, and maybe I'm thinking too linearly about that, but that's, I think, we saw that when we considered WIA last year, was we had a couple options and we could see the impacts. I realize this is a more significant situation we're facing, and we are considering multiple things at the same time, including the schedule changes at all levels, and now this consolidation. What would the impact of an option A? We pursue schedules. Option B, we pursue schedules and closure. Is that a feasible thing to even put out there?
It would be good for our community to see that we're looking at all the options, even some of those that come with lots of different consequences, because every option comes with consequences.
State law requires a written analysis before the board can make a final decision regarding the closure of a school, and also includes a 90-day period where public hearings will be held. The 90-day period is set to begin at tonight's board meeting, and there are 2 public hearings scheduled in the following months, the first on March 21st and then again on April 18th. A woman found carrying 160 tablets of fentanyl in an East Wenatchee traffic stop will likely be sentenced next month to drug rehabilitation. Tina McKay Brown of Quincy was arrested by East Wenatchee police on December 29th after they stopped her car for a defective brake lamp and then noticed fentanyl tablets scattered in the interior of the car. Brown, who's 45 years old, pleaded guilty last week in Douglas County Court to drug possession with intent to deliver. Prosecutors are recommending she be sentenced to residential drug treatment rather than prison when her case comes up again on March 4th. Chelan County Community Development has entered a 5-year contract with Deckard Technologies, a real estate data and technology agency, to staff a 24-hour hotline for short-term rental violations. The cost of the service is roughly $60,000 per year. The hotline can be reached at 509-293-4577. Chelan County Community Development Assistant Director Kirsten Riles says that the hotline is now available alongside the other resources provided by the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, including the option to file an online complaint directly to code enforcement. A bill that would have allowed a greater annual increase in property tax rate has died in the Washington Senate. Right now, local governments can only raise taxes by 1% each year. Senate Bill 5770 would have increased that to a 3% change in property tax rates. Senate Democrats who proposed the bill withdrew it last week, saying a majority of constituents did not favor it. The current 1% cap was approved by Washington voters back in 2001. When we come back, last June, the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest and Methow Valley Forest Fire Lookout Association completed some much-needed repairs to the North 20-mile lookout, and a bill that could make it easier to bring broadband internet to Washington's remote areas has passed the State House. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Caught in a conflict? Family? workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Working with August Edge Real Estate, both sellers and buyers feel confident knowing they are in the hands of award-winning professionals. August Edge offers a 2% listing commission, which includes above-standard service and technology.
We offer high-tech 3D imagery, drone photos, local North Central Washington TV ads, and impressive smart flyer installed at your listing. The August Edge website also hosts your home with an interactive featured listing page.
August Edge is professional, personable, and preferable.
Valentine's Day is February 14th. Show the one that you love how much you appreciate her with a gift certificate for Merry Maids to clean your home. Merry Maids will do the work and you'll be the hero. Merry Maids are professionally trained, licensed, bonded, and insured. They'll do the job right, satisfaction guaranteed. Find them on Facebook at Merry Maids of Wenatchee or visit merrymaids.com and call for a gift certificate for your Valentine. Call today and you'll have a gift certificate for Valentine's Day. Call Merry Maids and relax. It's done.
Last June, the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest and Methow Valley Forest Fire Lookout Association completed some much-needed repairs to the North 20-mile Lookout D6 cupola in celebration of its 100th anniversary. According to a Facebook post from the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest, the lookout has not been staffed since 1988 and is now only used for emergencies. Volunteers repaired loose boards and shutters and also provided a fresh coat of paint. Plans to repair other lookouts across the area are underway, and they'll continue over the next several years. Chelan County Commissioners today voted to approve changes to the urban growth area around Leavenworth 1 year after officially rejecting them. The city of Leavenworth moved to allow denser zoning for future home developments in its UGA, but the county voted down those changes in February 2023, citing infrastructure concerns and the potential loss of rural space. The city appealed to the Washington Growth Management Board, which ruled that Chelan County violated an agreement made in 1997 to defer to local cities as urban growth planning. At their vote today, county commissioners said the state had forced their hand.
This is begrudgingly.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay.
Karen. I will tell you that it's unfortunate that this whole thing came down to a document that was created in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
Irrelevant.
That regardless of whether the infrastructure is in place or not, this is something that we are being forced to do by the Growth Management Board and under the Growth Management Act. So I think we're all probably holding our nose on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I will call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
A bill that could make it easier to bring broadband internet to Washington's remote areas has passed the State House. 7th District Representative Joel Kretz was the chief sponsor of House Bill 1835, which would designate counties with fewer than 50 people per square mile as frontier counties under state law. An estimated 23 counties meet that definition. That designation would change the way the state allocates assistance to underpopulated areas, including broadband subsidies. The bill passed last week 94-3 and now goes to the Washington Senate. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we'll tell you about the many programs and projects the Cascadia Conservation District is involved in. Much cooler temperatures with possible snow showers are headed our way. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
When Chelan County's rural landowners want to learn more about living with fire, water, or native plant species, they often turn to the Cascadia Conservation District. Back in November, that agency was named Washington's Conservation District of the Year for its many programs and projects. In tonight's feature story, we spoke with Cascadia's director to find out more.
I'm Ryan Williams. I'm the executive director of Cascadia Conservation District. We're a special purpose district focused on natural resources. I like to think of us as a school district, but focused on streams and water and that kind of thing, and forests. And we work with private landowners on the kind of the natural resource issues that are important to them. They tend to have issues with maybe their streams in their backyard. There'll be producers who have maybe soil health or irrigation efficiency questions where they want to improve their water usage or their the health of their soils and that kind of thing. We also have a youth education program working with kids in schools to get them outside and learning about natural resources. Right now we have going on our Kids in the Snow program, getting kids out snowshoeing, getting them out learning about snow science, about the amount of water that's stored in snowpack and that kind of thing. Our Kids in the Forest is about forest health and fire. And then Kids in the Creek is about our rivers and streams, and then get them out in the creek wearing waders and that kind of thing. So it's really, really exciting to get kids in a bunch of different school districts in our area outside. Right now we have 13 staff, a couple outreach folks, 3 habitat. We have an archaeologist on staff, and then this summer we'll have an additional at least 3 more seasonals that'll just be out for field work. The district of the year, it's kind of voted on amongst, there's 45 districts in the state. The state agency that oversees us, the Conservation Commission, they work with all of us, so they kind of recognized us as being a standout one for this year. But yeah, it's been pretty great to get my staff recognized for all the work they do. We're going to be doing some planting projects here in April, once or sooner if the snow melts a little quicker. We'll be doing more of the BDAs, probably a similar amount, the Beaver Dam analogs, as we did last year, so a couple hundred planned there. We've got a bunch of forest health projects in the Leavenworth area through the grant we have through the USDA on basically getting funding to landowners to do thinning projects. And we're still working on developing some additional cost share for forest health as well.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. It was a fairly quiet Tuesday weather-wise. We did have a mix of clouds and sun, and this beautiful shot from our Sky-Fi tower camera up on Wenatchee Heights from this afternoon. Lots of sunshine, at least at this time, over most of the Wenatchee Valley. We saw a lot of clouds out there, and that's just ahead of a storm system that we expect to move in late tomorrow afternoon into Thursday afternoon. It really will affect mainly the mountain passes. I think the lowlands, we could see about 1 to 3 inches, I think, in the Wenatchee area. The Weather Service showing that snow line about I-90. I think it's going to go a little bit farther north. We'll have to wait and see what happens Wednesday night into Thursday, but a good chance that Wenatchee, Moses Lake, and most of the Columbia Basin will see some snow along with cooler temperatures. Today, high temperature, a nice one again unofficially at 44 degrees. 41 is where we should be for this time of year. 59, our record high, and that was set in 1971. We started off at the freezing mark this morning, 5 degrees above our normal low temperature, which should be around 27 this time of year, and our record cold 13, and that was set in 2019. We did pick up another 1/100th of an inch of precipitation. That now gets us to 1.47 for the year. Sunrise 7:10 and the sunset at 5:21. All right, taking a look at what we can expect tomorrow. Cool down. We talked about that at the top of the weather segment, and here you have it. 40 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, around 39 in Quincy, and only mid-30s from Wenatchee into Eniat and Chelan. Also 36 tomorrow up in Omak, 34 in Leavenworth, and the freezing mark for a high temperature tomorrow in Lake Wenatchee. So as you can see, temperatures very perfect pretty much for some snow showers, and we could see that. Here's our big picture. Arctic cold and Pacific moisture. Here we are, and here's that Arctic cold front sagging down from Canada, and then we've got 3 different storm systems lined up, and they will bring all the moisture into the northwest along with the cold air in place. Yeah, that's what's going to trigger that snow Wednesday night into Thursday. So here's the line of cold right now with that first storm ready to push in. We'll see chilly out overnight lows tonight with mainly clear skies, upper 20s for the low temperatures. On Wednesday, increasing clouds. There's that first area of low pressure. It's going to swing those clouds and showers our way. This is why I think it will go a little bit farther north, the snow that is, on Wednesday night. About a 60% chance of snow for Wednesday night, and also a 60% chance of snow then as we get you into Thursday morning. In fact, the entire state will see snow kicking off Thursday. Some clouds in the afternoon, and it's going to be cooler once again for Thursday with high temperatures in those mid-30s. And then the warm-up will begin once again on Friday. Partly cloudy skies, high pressure in north central Montana. We'll keep most of this cloudiness back to the west on Friday. We'll see high temperatures to end our work week, warming back up to around 40. That's about normal for this time of year. And then a double shot of low pressure will try and move in on us on Saturday. That'll bring about a 40% chance for probably a rain-snow mix, considering our high temperatures will be in the low to mid-40s. And then getting into the last part of our weekend on Sunday, still some low pressure around and plenty of just scattered showers. We'll see a 40% chance of that, mainly in the morning on Sunday, mostly cloudy in the afternoon. High temperatures again in those low and mid-40s. And then by the end of our forecast on Monday, mostly cloudy skies. Look to our west. This is a large area of high pressure that's going to move in. We will warm up into the mid-40s Monday, and the way it looks by midweek next week, we might be talking about high temperatures near 50. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 29 overnight tonight. A chance for evening snow tomorrow, morning snow on Thursday. 1 to 3 inches, I think, is possible for the Wenatchee area. Here's our cool down. Mid-30s for both of those days. Back to around 40 on Friday with partly cloudy skies. And then some just scattered showers for both Saturday and Sunday. A rain-snow mix. But notice the warm-up. By the time we get to Monday, mostly cloudy with a high temperature of 45. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Nico Dawes made 27 saves. Unfortunately, he's the goalie for the New Jersey Devils. And New Jersey knocked off the Seattle Kraken last night in New Jersey. The final was 3-1. Tyler Toffoli and Dawson Mercer also scored for New Jersey, who takes both games of the season series.
So oftentimes it's an early change or something like that. This was two guys went on, only one guy came off, and they kept on playing. Here's Jack Hughes accelerating ahead. Hughes in the slot, works it wide. Escher sets up Toffoli, a lot of space. He uncorks. It's the post goes in. Tyler Toffoli scores. It's a power play goal.
Said that initially that they've got to capitalize here, and this all starts with the zone entry from Jack Hughes flying out of his own zone. And there's Tyler Toffoli, high slot. He just winds up half a shot and lets her fly. Ends up going off the right skate of Tanev, changes direction off the post and in.
The other 5 defensemen for Seattle going to have to play a ton of minutes here down the stretch. Devils see if they can maybe take advantage of Seattle down to 5 defensemen. Eric Holla with a takeaway. He sends it down low to Jack Hughes. Side door and in! Jack Hughes bangs it in off Joey McCord. It's 2-0.
In his bag of tricks. Time now for our $1 million replay, brought to you by the New Jersey Lottery. Remember, anything can happen in Jersey. It all starts with a takeaway in the neutral zone, turnover, and our Eric Holla creates it, and Jack Hughes right below the goal line banks it off.
Again, I'm going to say it again. You're seeing Seattle, right? This is dumping it in. Got to be cautious.
Here comes Meyer. He steps past Evans. His shot's denied. Rebound. Score! Dawson Mercer puts it in, and it's 3-0.
Off of Dawes, puck stays in the blue paint, but the Devils are able to quickly get it up ice in transition, and there's the pass to Meyer, gets in behind the defense.
Being fair, even those 13 shots, a lot of them have not been high quality. The Devils still forcing those to come from sharper angles or from the outside.
Well, that's the biggest difference that, we're all seeing here is like, look, teams are going to have pushes. They're going to create offensive zone.
Here's a look right now. Borgen, and he puts it in. So with 10 minutes to go in the third period, one of those Seattle pushes leads to a goal.
It gets wide open, and the Devils just miss blocking this pass. It's going to come right here where Seattle does a good job finding it. The little reach there up top, and who was that? Holtz just misses it. Yeah, Holtz just misses right there, poking that puck away. That allows Borgen to have plenty of time, head up all the way, and he beats Nico Dawes in that.
A bit of a barrage the last couple of minutes from Seattle.
Dano, how did Dawes look? Like, how quick did he look moving laterally from up there?
Yeah, it's smooth, right?
Turned over to the front, and Dawes is there again. Lazar wins the face-off. Comes to the slot. Here's a rip high and wide by Bjorkstrand. Lazar clears it down, and the Devils play a full 60 once again.
Seattle is now 3-7-1 in their last 11 games. The playoffs started today. There's 30 games yet to go. They be out. As you might imagine, the locker room last night was a little glum.
I don't think so. I think we all know how to play. We just didn't come prepared.
I think regardless where the standings are, I think we just have to focus on our game, and I think we just gotta, like I said, it's a test for us, in terms of adversity, in terms of character, how we're gonna respond to it, and I think it's a good opportunity for us. So we just gotta focus it one game at a time and take it from there.
No, game 2. No, we're not resting on that crutch tonight. Game 2, it's that's on utter readiness, compete, ready to go, and like I said, for the first 35 minutes of this hockey game, we weren't at a level that's acceptable, and that takes us out of the game.
Seattle continues their East Coast road trip. They are taking on the Islanders tonight, 4:30 on Root Sports Northwest. Local sports. Well, the Sunnyside Grizzlies and the Wenatchee Panthers tied for 6th place in the regular season. They had a one-game mini playoff, if you will, last night in Quincy, where opportunities are unlimited, and the Lady Grizzlies knocked off the Panthers 63-39. So Wenatchee's season is done, and the other girls score. Freda knocked off Grandview 58-42. So now we are set for high school basketball in the Columbia Basin Big Nine, the girls' district playoffs tonight. It will be Sunnyside at West Valley at 6 o'clock. At the same time at Moses Lake, it's Eisenhower and Moses Lake. And Eastmont, of course, will take on Davis for the championship of the Columbia Basin Big 9 District title Friday at 6 o'clock. That's the girls. For the boys, tonight right here on the NCWLIFE channel, we'll have it on our Facebook stream at 6 o'clock with Grant Olson on the call. It is Moses Lake at Eastmont. It'll be on television on a tape delay basis at 7 o'clock tonight. The other game tonight, Eisenhower at Sunnyside. If you win, you continue to play. If you lose, you're done. West Valley will take on Davis, by the way, for the boys championship Thursday in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. And there are other boys basketball games tonight. Ephrata will take on Sela at 6 o'clock. Ellisburg and East Valley also at 6 o'clock. Don't forget, high school basketball tonight, 6 o'clock on Facebook, 7 o'clock on TV, and that's sports. On Wednesday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, it's been way too long since we chatted with Austin Andrade. For one thing, I was on vacation. For another thing, we were on the road, but we are back. Wednesday, we have Seattle, and then a big night here Friday night with Everett coming to town.
Hockey Fights Cancer brings out a big crowd every year. We'll try to bring out another big crowd and bring home a couple of points as the Everett Silvertips come to town to wrap up the week.
We don't like Everett. It's a lovely town, but we don't like their hockey team, and you can be a part of that Friday night here at the Town Hill Center. Austin Andrade on tomorrow's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, and have a great night.